What's up, everyone? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. I hope y'all had a good day. Not bad, not bad. Cheers. Um, so I did post this in Keenan's Watch ABBV. When we get to this area, this zone, which is 187.39 to 187.89, watch for puts. Okay, we are probably going to be going somewhere right around here, possibly lower. Okay, so should be able to get like a decent 10-point move out of this. You'll want to swing it. Okay, you saw it here first. With that said, SPY fairly simple today. If you grabbed our first area, we were watching for calls. From there, just ran to the moon and then some. Not bad. I didn't do great because ES pre-market, right? We broke, well, we spent more than 45 minutes below previous day value area low. And then right here at pre-market, we broke through, retested. I went in long, and obviously I was targeting 5.925, and we came pretty close. I was up like 22 points or something ridiculous, and then it just did boom. And then it decided to run the 80% roll afterwards, after it stopped me out. That seems to be a theme today. So I got stopped out on this trade, and then I took a trade tonight when ES got to 940 right there. So I got in on this candle right here, and then it did this, boom. And it stopped me out to the T. Like literally my stop loss is right where it hit. So that was not fun. But anyway, that's trading. You play the probabilities. Sometimes they go against you. That's 2 in a row against me today. And you can kiss my booty. No, I'm joking. I really don't care. Aaron, I don't know why you're saying why is the first target the POC. Are you talking about ABBV? Triple G, you're going to have to be more specific. What candle? High volume. Oh, this? First target on the 80% rule is the far side. You play the entire range, low to high, high to low. Are you talking? You've got to be talking about this candle here. Triple G, I'm guessing. I'll show you what Shorty said about it. Let me find it. Shorty said this. They can go fuck themselves for that one, sincerely, Shorty. I asked for 30 all day, and then they stopped me and take off. So both of us were in long at 5940. I really don't know what this is. I really, like, I don't have an answer. Obviously, there was orders sitting here, a lot of orders sitting here, and they got filled, or some of them got filled. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that, besides them being dirtbags, but whatever. I digress. if you guys don't know and if you don't remember from yesterday, it's my birthday month. So we're celebrating. Oops, I just deleted a weekly level, which I did not want to delete. Celebrating all month. And if anybody tells me it's their birthday month too, then I'll tell them it's my birthday year and they can suck it. Let's see. Okay. Looks like we're good. Thank you, Rithana. Rithana, your mom can have a birthday month with me as well, just because it's your mom. Everybody else, they can go F themselves. All right, let's see. Let's do our daily levels. I have to say, I mean, not that this is super important to me, but lately the new subscribers on the channel is pretty lagging. With as much as I call the top and the bottom on Spy, like you would expect it to be a lot higher, but whatever. They're missing out. You guys are not. There's our daily levels. And so now we can draw SIGs on the last 5 days. Fixed range volume profile, first day, last day, row size 68. I can kind of understand though as well, because like people that just join that don't know anything about volume profile are probably confused as hell when they watch like these videos where I'm just charting Spy. Because obviously I don't have time to teach this every single day and every single time that I chart Spy. But if you don't understand volume profile, you don't understand TPO, you're probably like, whoa, and super overwhelmed. But I would recommend, if you don't understand volume profile, you don't understand TPO, you might want to stick around and learn it. This is definitely where it's at when it comes to trading. I should also mention, just randomly, Mondays is probably most people's like least favorite day, and it's one of my favorite days of the week because I almost never work on Monday. And when so I almost never work Monday. Like literally, I can't remember the last time I worked on a Monday. And then also, my son, this is kind of hard to explain, but he's in a band and their band practices every Monday, and it's just so cool to go and just watch their little like jam sessions and them getting down. And today they killed it. They played through their set list. They have 2 concerts this weekend, one on Saturday and one on Sunday as well. And so they played through their entire set list for the weekend. And it was just cool to watch. And then this part's a little bit harder to explain. They, what's it called? So on Mondays as well, my son's in this little group. It's called like Bandcore. And generally that's where kids go to form bands. But so like my son's already in a band. He just goes there to like get more experience like singing or whatever else. And that way, because a lot of times in his band, he'll be playing guitar and singing at the same time, or be playing keyboard and singing at the same time. And in Bandcore, he just gets to go there and just sing and just, you know, like run around and have a good time and sing. And in bandcore he's doing like a lot of like metal songs like Slipknot and stuff like that, where he's like really doing like metal screams, and it's just super cool to see and hear. Um, Shelly, I don't know. Sorry, like there's a lot of people, so I forget sometimes. I don't know if you're in the mentor group, but if you're not, you should be. If you're feeling confused still, we're really like breaking things down there. Um, but sorry, I'm like reading chat right now. Marquez, if you're saying that I said you need to be profitable in trading options before you switch to futures, you have me confused with somebody else. Because um, P Don, not right, not yet. I'm sure he will one day. But as of right now, they don't. um, what was I gonna say? Sorry. Yeah, Marquez Ford, you do not need to be profitable trading options before you switch to futures. Futures are much easier. So if you're close to being profitable trading options, you'll probably be profitable trading futures. Um, so, all right. Um, yeah. So anyway, there's our whatever our weekly level, or sorry, our daily levels, our SIGs based on the last 5 days. We've been stuck in this bracketed range for a while. Um, Zooming out and looking at SPY on the larger time frame really is not going to tell us much of anything, because we're still like in the same area that we've been in, right? Um, Super bullish day, right? We basically have a shaved top. Um, Long wick. We bounced right off that bull need to hold level, which is right where we had our calls set at. Oh, the ribs are still going. They'll take probably a good 6 hours. They've been going for 3 hours now. They already look amazing. Um, I will say your boy does not play when it comes to the smoker. Um, on, I don't remember what day, but sometime like this last week, I smoked a whole brisket. There's only technically two people in my house that eat meat, my wife and my 10-year-old. And then I guess the baby eats meat as well, but not. I mean, she puts down her fair share. I'll say that. Um, but so anyway, smoked a whole brisket. Also made some homemade apricot barbecue sauce, and the whole brisket's almost gone. Like my wife and my son, and I guess the baby too, have been slowly like grinding through it. Whatever, eating it for dinner, making it into sandwiches, whatever else. And that's pretty impressive between basically 2.5 people eating an entire brisket. I don't remember why I switched back to here. There was a reason. What did I see here that I wanted to see over here? I will say things are getting wild. Let's see where we are. Just as an FYI to everybody, I think their target is right around here. ish. I think this is where they're trying to take price, and then I think when that finally happens, we're gonna. But we'll see. Um, I do not like this. Let's take a look at news for tomorrow. Do I ship to Georgia? You're funny. Speaking of shipping, I want to absolutely like wring my sister's neck right now. So, a lot of you here know, sorry, I'm going to segue into talking for a second here, that I have a crazy schedule. Like, I'm busy all the time. People that are in the mentorship group know, like, I'm doing those mentor sessions at like 10:30 at night my time, because that's really the only time I have free to add more stuff, right? And I will also say before I finish that aspect, I got my wife's, or I don't know that I want to use that word, but I talked to my wife before I decided to do the mentorship group to make sure that she was okay with me adding, like another hour or two to stuff that I'm already doing at the end of the day. And she was like, go for it, help as many people as you can, basically was her wording. My wife, just like me, is very much about like karma and helping people out and trying to, like do better, I guess, in the world. Find the win-win for everybody, if that makes sense. But anyway, so yeah, my life is like hectic and busy all the time. And my sister, what I think happened was, I think my sister ordered stuff for my daughter when she was born and had it shipped to my house directly from whoever she ordered it from. And then she ordered from the same company, like, I guess within the last week or two, and didn't change the shipping address. So the stuff came to my house, and we had no idea. We're like, what is this random package? Right. But it was addressed to me. So I opened it, and it's like shorts that nobody ordered. Like, I was confused. Or actually, I think it was addressed to my wife. And anyway, so I opened it thinking it was for my wife, and it's like shorts that wouldn't fit my wife. My wife is like tiny, and I was like super confused. I'm like, babe, what's this? And she's like, I have no idea. Like, I didn't order those. And so then I opened the, like the shipping receipt or whatever, packing slip, and it's like from my sister to us. And so I text my sister. I'm like, did you send us some shorts? Like, I'm really confused. And she was like, oh, I ordered those for myself. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then she's like, can you ship them to me? And I'm like, when I find a free moment, I'll go to the post office and mail them to you. And then she writes back like, I need them by next week. And I'm thinking, like, if it was me, right, and I accidentally ship something to my sister and I need it by next week, and my sister tells me, hey, like, I'm super busy, I'll ship it out. Like, as soon as I have a free moment, I'll go to the post office, I'll ship it to you. I would be like, hey, well, I kind of need them by next week. So if you're not able to ship them to me before then, can you let me know so I can come over and pick them up? But my sister is like, basically, her verbiage was like, it's your responsibility to ship it to me, even though I fucked up. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do my best. Anyway, that's that. So things are going to be wild. 30 minutes after the open tomorrow, we have Jolt's job openings. This generally moves the market pretty good. So be aware of that. Other than that, we have I can almost English. We have a bunch of FOMC members speaking. That's probably going to create choppiness. And then the next major event is after the market closes tomorrow. Okay. Does anybody love music as much as I do? Like literally every music. I think the only music I don't like super, super love is country. But even then, there's some songs that I like, but I'm not into the depressing country music where it's like my wife left me and my dog died, you know? Um, but yeah, I love music in general. Like I always kind of have music stuck in my head. And you guys are probably like, dude, what is Rockets on today? I just, again, just hearing my son's band jamming, I have all these songs like stuck in my head right now, playing over and over and over again. When you see a group of 9 and 10 year olds just tear up Toxicity by System of a Down, pretty exciting stuff. This here, um, oh, I know what I wanted to look at here. So remember when I was looking at this chart and I'm like, I switched over here and I was like, what did I want to look at here? And then I completely forgot. And I think without even opening what I was looking for, I already know what it's going to look like. I wanted to look at what profile shape we had today, and I'm guessing it's going to look like a city skyline where it's kind of just all over the place. There is no chance that this is going to be a capital P. There's too much volume here in the middle. So again, I think we'll have a volume node here, we'll have a volume node here, and then we'll have a volume node here. If you guys want, I can draw the volume nodes right now, and then we can look back and see something like this. Just to show off my skills. Let's see. Yeah. Little bumpy bump, bumpy bump, bumpy bump. I hope you guys are impressed. I'm just joking. Sometimes I can be such a shit talker. Alrighty. This is, it's a double distribution. When it comes to this profile, you can probably almost just ignore this. And what it looks like we really have is a capital B. B for Bizatch. All right. I don't know. I'm on one today, guys. I should also add, do I play instruments? Mac man, that's cool. It can be your birthday week. It can't be your birthday month. Not having that. I do not play any instruments. That skipped me. Most people I think in here know, like my uncle is, well, he's now retired, but he was the bass guitarist for the Rolling Stones. Bill Wyman. Why can I not think? People will probably think I'm full of crap on that one, and that's all good. But if you look up, like if you go to Google and look up his real name, is William George Perks. He has 5 brothers and sisters. My dad is one of them, and we look kind of familiar side by side. I have a picture of me and him together, buried somewhere on my phone. I'm not going to try to pull it up. But when we're side by side, like you can definitely see the resemblance. And then, I mean, I guess you just like look at my name here, right? Drew Perks. So, yeah, this is his real name. This is his stage name. So George is my grandfather on my dad's side. Yeah. Anyway. But I think with that, like, I grew up around music. Like, there was a lot of times where the Stones would be recording, and my dad would take me to like the recording studio, and I would just be there, as they're recording their albums or whatever. Or my uncle would have like jam sessions, and I would be there. Or a lot of concerts. Like I've sat on stages like at Stones concerts, like back in the 70s and 80s and stuff. And I think I just grew up like around music all the time. Lots of concerts. Um, I don't know. Like when I think back to my childhood, my dad, when he would come home from work, he would turn on the record player, and it was always like Rod Stewart, Stones, Beatles. I don't know, like all of that genre. He used to love doing like air guitar to "If You Think I'm Sexy" by Rod Stewart. Oh, Kiss, ABBA, all that. I don't know, like tons of good bands, but whatever. Um, I think this is very possible for tomorrow, right? Dink, dink, and dink. Whoa. All right. I would be closing puts. I mean, I'd be closing calls here. So for anybody that doesn't understand, I want to see, um, like I teach this a lot, but, um, oh, here's one. What's your favorite Stone song? Um, we, so like when we're trading during the day, what I want to see happen is 3 5-minute candles. Wait, I don't think that's right. This. I want to see like 3 5-minute candles. Basically, let me try to draw this properly. I want to break through this level and not be wicking back below it, right? And then the candles after that, I don't want any of them to touch this level or go back through this level. And I want to see like 3 5-minute candles above this, three or more. Um, so let's just draw an extra one for the sake of drawing an extra one. And then after that happens, I want to see this. And when this happens right here is when you get in calls. This is confirming that the participants in the market are happy with price above this level. And once we've confirmed that participants in the market are happy above this level, we wait for a retest. When we get our retest, we get in calls, and we're going to be targeting the weekly second sig or the May value area high, right? If you have a smaller account, this here is not a terrible target. Okay. I think if they give you that, that's enough points for the average person here. 1.25. Okay. Take your money and run. Nobody's going to tell me their favorite Stone song. It's boring. Makes sense to everybody? I want to look at what futures are doing really quick. 591. Um, I will also say, so this is talking about, if we open below this level, we want to break through, have 3 5-minute candles or more, then retest and then go. If we open above and come down and retest, that's fine as well. Okay. Same thing down here. If we open above, tap it, watch for calls. If we open below, watch for them to break through, 3 5-minute candles, retest, go long. Okay. At least that's the safe way to do it. You can always just grab calls when they cross the level. I always like to wait for confirmation confirming that participants are happy above that price. But when you do that, sometimes price just does this and you never get a retest. And I'm okay with that. I would rather miss a trade than lower probabilities against myself and take a trade without confirmation that they're happy above a level. Okay. Anybody have any questions? I'm going to go ahead and post this over in Keenan's. So we do have a very small spike, I think, on ES. I mean, on SPY, but I'm not even going to chart it. It's not worth charting, in my opinion. It doesn't change the area that I'm watching for calls. Basically, our spike on ES is this right here. And I don't feel like it's worth charting. But just know above this wick, opening above this wick is bullish. Opening above the high of the day is very bullish. Okay? Let me turn this off, clean this up a little bit. We need to wipe this chart sometime very soon. I know I keep saying it. Just haven't had a time where I both have the energy and the time to do it. I've had time where I have the time. I just haven't had time where I have the energy and the time at the same time. Right now I have the energy, but I don't have the time. All right, let me go post this and then you guys let me know if you have any questions. Whoa. I almost posted washing instead of watching. There was no T. Oh, I'm a pro when it comes to spelling. All right. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I am so quick to like I'm so quick to like call myself out on my own bullshit. I mean, if you want the spikes and whatever, this is our spike right here at the bottom. Or single prints, whatever. Sorry, not spike. This is single prints up here at the top, or you could call it a spike. If you don't know what a spike is, I would watch yesterday's video. I explained it very in depth. And I would do it again, but I just don't have time. Like I said, my son has that band core in a little bit here. So I have got to run. But yeah, we explained it, I think, towards the end of the video yesterday. So just rewatch yesterday's video. I would put it on 2x speed and just kind of start somewhere towards the end of the video, and you should find where I start teaching what what's it called? I completely forgot what I was saying. Oh, till you get to where I started teaching what spikes are and how they work. The B shape is not why I think we're bouncing off of the previous week value area high. basically, if I was looking at volume profile, like, so if I turn this back on, right? If we're looking at the profile itself, like the most likely areas for a bounce, actually, I guess it does kind of work. Normally, they go to the far side of like a volume shelf. So, like here. Um, and so, if price was pulling back, this is generally based on volume profile where it would bounce. They don't normally bounce on the upper side. So, like if price is coming up, we would normally reject on the far side of a volume shelf back down. If price is coming down, we normally bounce off the far side. The next area would obviously be right through here where we would be watching for calls. I don't think they're going to give this to us. And then you guys notice I said nothing about puts today. I just think we're going all-time highs. Like it's kind of inevitable at this point. We're in a very iffy area. And I just don't like to talk about stuff like this where it's like from here we could dump and from here we could also go make all-time highs. I really think they're targeting up in here where I was showing you guys like 612 to 616-ish. And I really think that's what they're going to do. So I'm just feeling very bullish going into tomorrow. I think we're going to have another bullish day tomorrow. I will also say don't buy the top. And for anybody that doesn't understand, I'm going to try to explain this the best way that I can. Today I was kind of like calling somebody out, like, because they were saying, oh, calls were good right through here, right? And I was saying, even if you're right, you're wrong. Like, this is not the place where you call out longs. Like, you get in, down here or whatever, where we had it marked. And, like, my thing is like, if somebody posted a trade, like, oh, I got in long here and I closed here and whatever, and look how much money I made, I probably wouldn't say anything to them because I don't care. Like, that's not a good way to trade. Over time, this is going to clap you. It's not going to work out in your favor. This is not the place to be net long. Like, great, I'm glad it worked out for you. I mean, like, actually, that's kind of twofold. Whenever somebody does a trade like that goes against TA and it works out for them, there's a part of me that wishes it didn't, because if it doesn't work, it might teach them a lesson. But I also don't want them to lose money, so I do want it to work, if that makes sense. Like, I'm like kind of 50-50. Like, if it doesn't work, great. If it does work, great. Like, but I would kind of rather it did work. That way they don't lose money, but they keep doing this, over the long term, they're going to lose even more money. So it might be better if it just didn't work the first time, and then that way they wouldn't do it again, because hopefully they learn a lesson. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with that. But the only reason that I made a point to keep like telling them like, like, this isn't the place to be net long, this isn't a good place, risk to reward, whatever, blah, 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 is I don't want people following him. Like, and I didn't even mention this really too much, but the minute he said he was up 30% on the day on his entire portfolio, I was like, dude, this guy is way over trading. And the fact that he's up 30% on his portfolio is going to give people confidence to follow his trades. And then he's calling out a long, like at the top of the range. Cool. Today it worked out in your favor. More often than not, it's not going to work out in your favor. And again, for the person that's doing the trading, I don't really care. But for people that are posting it like in Discords where there might be newer traders that are just going to hop into whatever somebody says, that's my concern. And that's the reason that I get like kind of probably annoying about calling people out on stuff like that. But that's the reason that I do it. And then I always just feel like, I don't know what word to use. Like after I kind of feel like an ass because I feel like I'm being a little bit mean, but at the same time, I'm trying to help people, if that makes sense. Um, so yeah. Sorry, there's a question. Um, Marquez, some people plot the shelves. I don't. When I'm trading, I'll be on 5 minutes, and but I also think with time, like you'll learn, like this is a high volume node, right? This is a high volume node. This is a high volume node. This is a high volume node. This will be a high volume node. This is a high volume node. This is a high volume node. But I have session volume profile on when I'm trading, right? So I can see where the shelves are. But more importantly, I trade off of levels that are here. I mean, this was our trade today, and this was the level, and it worked out perfect. And like, if I was trading off of volume profile, right? So let's look at this. I don't remember the exact range I had marked, but we'll say it's just something like this, right? This was my area for calls. And if I was trading off volume profile, um, my volume shelf is basically this. So if you could tell me where to go calls in this mess, I'm open. And even if we switch to 30 minutes, I don't think it's going to change much of anything. We just have like this massive blah, right? There's not even an area where there's more volume here in the middle. It's just kind of a big blah, right? So with that said, I mean, there are people that trade successfully just off of volume shelves. You can do it. I just, I kind of always go back to saying I trade based off of what a market maker taught me, my mentor, Shorty, and I stick to it, like it works. So I don't change anything. All right, so hopefully I answered everybody's questions, and it's about time for me to run anyway. So with that said, much love, much respect. Oh, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Um, Big thanks to all the subscribers. Extra big thanks to all the people that talk and keep things interesting. Extra big thanks to all the friends of the stream. And if you're new here, I know I'm being a little bit of a clown today, but generally 5 days a week, we're more serious and we kind of go over what we're looking for the next day on SPY. And then generally a couple of times a week, we'll post option trades. Unfortunately, I didn't see anything I liked today other than ABBV, but it's above, or where I want to get in is above where price is. And I like to call, like pretty close. And just to be clear, when I say it's above, what I'm looking for is this. I would also be okay with this. I would be even better with this. Okay. But unfortunately, like I just didn't see any setups that I felt like I could share other than this right here, ABBV. But, it might hit tomorrow. It might not. I think it will. I think we're going to be bullish tomorrow. And I think when we get to this range, it's probably going to be right about here. And we'll probably see a little reversal on both. Okay. If you're dying to get puts, this would not be a terrible area to do so. All the way up to, I will say, if you're dying to get puts, this is your range here. And you can put your stop loss just slightly above the weekly third sig. And if they break through that, like your trade is invalidated. Like the weekly third sig should hold. It should be a major area of resistance. And if price breaks through that, then they're just going to keep running to the moon. Okay. So anyway, yeah, if you're new, basically 5 days a week, Sunday through Thursday, we go over SPY, what we're watching for the next day. I look over, I would say a good like, I don't know, 60 to 80 charts a day looking for option setups. I'm very selective about what I share because I want to have a high win rate, and I can show you guys my win rate. Da, 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 da. This is the win rate since February. I'm not going to count it, but you can see there's 3 losses and a lot of wins. Okay. But you can also see since February, there's not a ton of call outs. And the reason being is I'm very selective about what I share. I only share like A++ setups that I really feel like have a very high chance of working out, with a lot of confluence backing up why I'm taking those trades or why I'm interested in those trades. And the results speak for themselves. But anyway, so when I see those, I share them. And then 2 or 3 times a week, my mentor will go live and he'll talk about what he's watching for on futures the next day. And then generally once or twice a month, we do classes teaching how to trade. And so that's kind of what you'll expect to see on this channel. What did I just do? That was interesting. So with that said, much love, much respect. Peace out, y'all. We will see you tomorrow.